If you've ever done extra work for a client, knowing you're leaving money and profit on the table and still not charged for it, this episode is for you. Today, I'm going to show you how to put a simple process in place so you'll never do that again. And I'll give you some easy scripts to follow to ask for variations with confidence every single time. Hi, I'm Josh. I spent 10 years as a director and shareholder of a 3 million engineering consultancy that we grew to 30 million multidisciplinary firm across engineering, town planning, surveying, and architecture. Today we're going to cover 3 big ideas: why clients will always try it on and what to do about it, the simple scripts that take away all the awkwardness out of asking for variations, and why not asking is doing your business a serious disservice. So let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I want to talk to you about today is let's just get real with ourselves. Clients are always going to try it on. It's the game that we're all playing. So you've experienced it, I've experienced it. Let's just get real with each other. The vast majority of clients that you work with, even if they're good clients, will always push for more. And they're always trying it on, right? Seeing what they can get away with. And I'm sure you've got a small percentage of clients who will proactively flag variations. They'll ask you to do something and go, oh, don't worry. Make sure you charge me for that. Or can you send me a proposal? Or I know this is outside of scope. So can you please, just send me a bit of a brief and what have you, and I'll sign it off. Those clients are gold, keep them, but they are very, very rare. I reckon maybe 10 to 15% of your client load. The rest of clients, again, they're nice people. Some might not be either, but they're just trying it on. They're seeing what's possible, and they absolutely know what they're doing. I remember working with a company, again, back in the days we were growing our business. They actually admitted to us that as part of their training, they were trained to push consultants on variations. They actually went through specific variation training where they were trained to push consultants on variations so that they could get work for free. So it is absolutely a game. We're all playing it. You've got a small percentage of clients that will happily say, charge me more money, make sure you give me a variation, that kind of thing. But it's a game. And so we've got to play the game. But if you don't have a process in your business to catch this, if you don't have a process and scripts, and we'll go through this in a second, there's a gap in your business. And these clients will find it every single time. They will always keep trying, they'll always keep pushing. So we need to build processes and systems into your business so that it captures these and you can actually ask for variations with confidence. So stop feeling blindsided by it. Start just treating this as a predictable part of the game of consulting so that you can actually prepare for this. So, the clear thing is, if you find yourself doing extra work all the time and not charging for it, I want you to ask yourself this: do you actually have a clear process in place to catch and charge for variations? Or are you just hoping clients will do the right thing on your behalf and say, hey, that's a variation, make sure you charge for me? So ask yourself that question. All right, so the second thing I want to talk to you about is, most consultancy owners, there's a couple of things here. Most consultancy owners don't ask for variations because in that moment, when the client's like, hey, while you're at it, can you do this extra piece of rework? Or while your team's doing the bulk earthworks design, can you just add in that extra couple of lots of retaining walls? Shouldn't be a big deal. In your brain, that's a legit variation. Or worse, and I'll talk about your team in a second, because sometimes clients know that you're variation savvy, but your team's not. So actually, they'll start to call your team directly, asking them to do stuff, asking for them to do things. But in that moment, most consultants who go, oh man, this is a variation, but you freeze. You don't know what to say. You don't know what to do. So 9 times out of 10, you say nothing, you just absorb the cost, and you've lost that opportunity to put your hand up. And so what's really important is having a simple rehearsed script, something that you can have for yourself, you can give your team, that just removes all of this awkwardness and makes the conversation just completely natural. So I'll give you 2 or 3 scripts now, super easy, write them down, give them to your team. They work every single time. So a couple of scripts to go through. So when a client's asking you to do extra work, that's a legit variation, all you need to say is, no worries. Just let me check that original proposal. I'm pretty sure that's a variation. I'm pretty sure that's outside of scope. How would you like me to handle that? How would you like me to handle that is so, so powerful. You're saying, no worries, I'll just check the proposal, but I'm pretty sure that's outside of scope. How would you like me to handle that? That is putting it back onto your client to go, well, it's your decision now. How do you want me to handle that? Is it free? Is it charge for it or don't worry about it, it's back into the client's court. Another script. Yep, no problem, we can do that for you. Would you like that on hourly rates, or do you want me to put together a quick proposal for you? So again, yep, no problem, we can sort that for you. Would you like us to do that on hourly rates so we can keep a track of it, or do you want me to put together a quick proposal? These work because they're just neutral and they're professional. There's no confrontation, there's no like big moment, everyone's getting angry. It's just like you're putting your hand up and it's like, how would you like me to deal with that? It's just a calm process that's putting it back into your client's court. So like I said, like write those scripts down, you memorize them, give the scripts to your team. Like if you've got senior people or project engineers or project managers on your team that deal with client side all the time, give them your scripts too, do some internal training, that sort of stuff. Like if you've got people who are fielding client calls or client facing, they need these words just as much as you. These scripts just remove any of the stress, any of the pressure. It just makes asking for a variation normal. It's natural, and it then becomes a culture across your business. It's not just something that you as the director or the founder handle, it becomes something that's normal across your business. So next time a client asks for something that's outside of scope, just try that simple reframe or that simple kind of back to them. No worries, let me check the original proposal. Pretty sure that's outside of scope. How would you like me to handle that? That one sentence is going to save you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a year and make your profit go up. So the third thing I want you to think about, or third thing I want to talk to you about today is like, I want you to think about, and you can do this exercise, like think about the last 3 or 4 variations you didn't charge for. Think about those moments when you could have put your hand up, or could have sent the email, or could have had the phone conversation. I want you to add them up. That's a real number with a real impact on your bottom line. And so if you've got people-pleasing tendencies, you're leaving profit on the table every single week. And it's not making you a better person. It's not some kind of an angelic thing that you're doing for your clients. It's actually making you a less profitable business owner. Like every dollar of uncaptured profit is a dollar that you could be putting into a better hire into the business, better tools for the team, upskilling your team, or taking your family on an epic holiday without stressing about the costs. Like the work that you have to do for that client is real. The time is real. So fair compensation for fair work is what keeps your business sustainable and your team properly resourced. Not asking for variations isn't being generous. You're not being a nice person. It's being an unsustainable business owner. So there needs to be a process baked into how your business operates. Not something ad hoc, not something that happens every now and then, not something that happens based on you remembering, like an actual system baked into your business that your whole team gets behind. And so here's the question I want you to sit with. Like if you added up every variation you didn't charge for over the last 12 months, like what would that number be? And what could you have done with that money? Because that money didn't disappear. It could have been yours if you asked for it. So I want to tell you a story about an amazing client whose story encapsulates everything we've been talking about today. So George is a structural engineer doing the work inside Boardroom, really focused on building his business the right way and doing the mindset work that goes along with that. So one week George posted in our Boardroom wins chat that he just landed a variation worth 25% of the original project value. And so the reason he was able to do that and capture that is because he had a system and a process in his business for asking variations. So like he had an original fee proposal, he was doing the work, the client called him and said, hey, I'd like you to add this bit in. He was like, no worries, that's outside of scope. How would you like me to handle that? And George had done the work, he'd worked on himself, he'd worked on the mindset piece, he put his hand up, he had the conversation, and he got the result. And that's exactly what's possible when you've got the right processes in place and you've done the work to back yourself in that moment. And so if George can do it, absolutely you can do it too. All right, so to wrap up, 3 big takeaways. 1, clients will always push for more, so stop being surprised by it and start having a process that actually catches it. 2, get your scripts ready, practice them until they feel natural and give them to your team so asking for variations becomes normal across your whole business. And 3, every variation you don't charge for is real profit walking out the door. That stops now. And if you want to go deeper on building a more profitable, well-structured consultancy, one that gives you, the revenue, the freedom, and the life you actually want, go and check out our 10 million consultancy roadmap training. So it's a step-by-step guide on how to get your business to that next revenue level, whether it's to 1 million, to 3, to 5, or 10 million and beyond. And the link to that video is right below this episode. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one.